A brief history of U.S. Treasury yield, from founding fathers to modern markets. The U.S. Treasury yield. Sounds boring, right? But hold on, it's actually a cornerstone of the American financial system, and has a rich history that spans centuries. It's actually a fascinating story. The yield on these bonds tells us a lot about the economy, both in the past and today. Imagine it like this. America needs money to fund wars, build infrastructure, and support various government programs. They get it by selling bonds. These bonds are essentially IOUs from the government to the people. These bonds come with interest rates, what we call the yield. The yield is the return investors get for lending their money to the government. This whole thing started way back, even before Hamilton rapped about his financial plan. Alexander Hamilton, the first Secretary of the Treasury, laid the groundwork for the financial system we know today. The very first U.S. Treasury bond was issued in 1790. It was a bold move to stabilize the young nation's finances, its purpose, to help pay off debts from the Revolutionary War. The new nation was in dire need of funds to pay soldiers and settle other wartime expenses. Talk about starting in a hole. The country was essentially bankrupt, and these bonds were a lifeline. Over the centuries, Treasury bonds became super important. They evolved into a key tool for managing the economy and funding government operations. They're seen as very safe investments. Investors around the world trust them because they are backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. Why? Because, well, it's America. The U.S. has a long history of financial stability and has never defaulted on its debt. They tend to pay their debts. This reliability makes U.S. Treasury bonds a cornerstone of global finance. Today, the U.S. Treasury yield is a big deal in the financial world. It influences interest rates, stock prices, and even global economic policies. It affects everything from mortgages to student loans. When Treasury yields go up, borrowing costs for everyone else tend to rise as well. It's a sign of the overall health of the U.S. economy. A low yield can indicate economic trouble, while a high yield can signal growth and confidence. So next time you hear about Treasury yields, remember, it's not just numbers, it's a story of America's financial journey. Before we continue, if you are enjoying this video, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive future updates. Now, why should we care about this yield thing? Think of it like a giant mood ring for the U.S. economy. When the yield is high, investors are feeling good. They're demanding a bigger return on their investment. But when the yield is low, it's like everyone's huddled under a blanket, a little nervous. Investors are willing to accept lower returns because they're not feeling so optimistic. This yield also affects you directly. It influences the interest rates on your loans, from buying a house to buying a car. Higher yield, higher rates, lower yield, lower rates. So yeah, this little number has a big impact. It's a key player in the global financial system. Now, let's talk about another fun topic. Artificial intelligence. Don't worry, this isn't some sci-fi movie. AI is already here, and it's not here to judge your taste in music, yet. In simple terms, AI is like giving a computer a crash course in a specific subject. We feed it tons of data and teach it to find patterns and make predictions. Think of it like this. You're trying to predict who will win the Super Bowl. You could just guess randomly, or you could use AI. Feed it data about the teams, players, and past games. The AI can then analyze all of that and make a much more informed prediction. So, how does AI fit in with the U.S. Treasury yield? Remember all that data we talked about? Well, the financial world is drowning in it. We're talking economic indicators, historical yields, global events, even tweets from politicians. Scary, right? It's way too much for any human to process effectively. That's where AI swoops in, cape billowing in the digital wind. AI can analyze all this data at lightning speed. It can identify subtle patterns and correlations that humans might miss. This means AI could potentially predict future Treasury yields with greater accuracy than ever before. It's like having a crystal ball, but powered by algorithms instead of magic. AI in action, real-world examples of yield prediction. Okay, enough talk, let's see some action. Several financial institutions are already using AI to predict Treasury yields. For example, some hedge funds are using AI-powered trading systems. These systems can analyze market data and execute trades in milliseconds, much faster than any human. Even the big guys are getting in on the action. The Federal Reserve is exploring how AI can help them make better decisions about interest rates. The future of finance: AI's growing influence. So, what does the future hold? The landscape of finance is evolving at a rapid pace, and AI is at the forefront of this transformation. AI's role in finance is only going to get bigger. From automating routine tasks to making complex decisions, AI is reshaping the industry. We're talking about faster trades, more accurate predictions, and the ability to process vast amounts of data in real time. This could lead to potentially a more stable financial system. But hold your horses. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are significant challenges and risks that come with this technological leap. There are some potential downsides to consider too. For one, AI is only as good as the data it's trained on. If the data is biased or incomplete, the AI's predictions will be flawed. This can lead to serious financial missteps. The consequences of such flaws can be far-reaching, affecting everything from stock prices to investment strategies. And then there's the black box problem. AI systems can be so complex that even their creators don't fully understand how they work. This lack of transparency can be a major issue, especially in a field where trust and reliability are paramount. That can be a bit unnerving, especially when it comes to something as important as finance. As we move forward, it's crucial to address these challenges head-on. Balancing innovation with caution will be key to harnessing AI's full potential in finance. Understanding AI's impact, a matter of financial literacy. This brings us to you, dear citizen. As AI becomes more prevalent in finance, it's more important than ever to be financially literate. You don't need to be a Wall Street wizard, but understanding the basics of how AI is being used in finance can help you make informed decisions about your own money. Think of it like this. You don't need to know how to build a car to drive one. But understanding basic car maintenance can save you a lot of trouble down the road. The same goes for AI and finance. The potential benefits of AI in finance: efficiency, transparency, and accessibility. Now let's not get ahead of ourselves. AI in finance isn't just about making rich people richer, it has the potential to benefit everyone. For example, AI-powered robo-advisors can provide personalized financial advice at a fraction of the cost of human advisors. This could make financial planning more accessible to people who couldn't afford it before. AI can also help to make the financial system more efficient and transparent. By automating tasks and identifying fraudulent activities, AI can reduce costs and increase accountability. Navigating the risks of AI in finance: bias, black boxes, and ethical considerations. Let's delve deeper into the potential pitfalls and ethical dilemmas that come with integrating AI into financial systems. But as with any powerful tool, there are risks. These risks can manifest in various forms, from technical glitches to more insidious issues like bias and lack of transparency. We've already touched on bias in AI. Bias can creep into AI systems in numerous ways, often through the data used to train these systems. If the data used to train an AI system is biased, the system's decisions will be biased too. This is because AI systems learn from the data they are fed. And if that data reflects existing prejudices or inequalities, the AI will perpetuate them. This could lead to unfair or discriminatory outcomes. For instance, biased AI could result in certain groups being unfairly denied loans or investment opportunities, exacerbating existing financial inequalities. Then there's the issue of transparency. Transparency in AI systems is crucial for trust and accountability. As AI systems become more complex, it can be difficult to understand how they make decisions. This opacity is often referred to as the black box problem, where the decision-making process is not visible or understandable to humans. This lack of transparency can make it difficult to identify and correct errors or biases. Without understanding how an AI system arrives at its conclusions, it becomes challenging to ensure its fairness and accuracy. And finally, there are ethical considerations. The use of AI in finance raises significant ethical questions that need to be addressed. As AI becomes more sophisticated, it raises questions about accountability and responsibility. Who is responsible when an AI system makes a decision that negatively impacts people's lives? If an AI system makes a mistake that costs people money, who is to blame? Is it the developers, the data scientists, or the financial institutions that deploy these systems? These are complex questions that require careful consideration and robust frameworks to address. The human element. Why human expertise still matters in the age of AI. So are we all doomed to be ruled by robot overlords who control our finances? Not quite. While AI is a powerful tool, it's important to remember that it's just that, a tool. Human judgment and expertise are still essential in finance. AI can analyze data and make predictions, but it can't replace the human ability to understand context, assess risk, and make ethical decisions. The future of finance isn't about replacing humans with machines. It's about finding ways for humans and machines to work together to create a more efficient, transparent, and equitable financial system. As a conclusion, embracing the future of finance in the age of AI, as the world of finance is changing, and AI is leading the charge. Understanding the basics of AI and its impact on finance is no longer optional. It's essential for anyone who wants to navigate the financial landscape of the future. So, stay informed, stay curious, and don't be afraid to ask questions. The future of finance is being written as we speak, and it's up to all of us to ensure that it's a future that works for everyone. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive future updates.